Hey everybody, Brian Horvath here with BrianHorvath.com, where I get to help people like you and like me to know, live, and love the purpose for their career and finances. And we're gonna have an excited LinkedIn Live Q&A today. So if you're checking in, you're just getting on board here and logging into whatever device or whatever stream you're listening to, I just want to let you know this is for you. Matter of fact, a lot of the questions that I get about LinkedIn throughout my time serving folks through LinkedIn is the source. They are the source, those questions, for shows like this one. And we're going to cover some cool topics today, but also I'm here for you to answer your LinkedIn questions regardless of where they're coming from or what they're about. I want to help you maximize LinkedIn and make the most out of LinkedIn, make the right connections on LinkedIn so you can know, live, and love the purpose for it. So let's get cracking here. And so again, so excited to have you guys here. We're going to talk about today how to be a go-giver on LinkedIn. And today is week 4 out of 5, a 5-part series. And we're going to talk about today the law of authenticity. And I really got to be slow when I say that word authenticity because, man, it can be a kind of a tongue twister a little bit. Kind of like specific, right? We're not going to be pacific about this. We're going to be specific about the law of authenticity. I think me and my son last night, Grayson, he's 7, we were talking about the old Mary Poppins song, Supercalifragilistic. See, I think I already screwed it up. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, right? Don't ask me how to spell it, but that's kind of like authenticity. So we're going to jump into that. Before we do, I just want to invite you to check out my free guide. That's what this show is sponsored by, this free guide. Your LinkedIn profile quick start guide. And the whole heart behind this, the whole why behind this, because over the years of me coaching folks on LinkedIn since 2013, I believe, or 2014, that folks get a little confused of where to start. Now, I think LinkedIn does a bang-up job, a better job for sure, since when I started coaching, of guiding people through how to take their profile from basic or starter to intermediate to all-star. But I want to help you go beyond all-star. I want to help you make it ultimate, and one that you can set the framework in, pour the footers, if you will, if you're building a home here for your LinkedIn profile. And it's something that will really help you get the foundation set where you can be comfortable with it. This 7-step guide, step guide will help you make the right connections on LinkedIn with easy to follow checklist items that were basically, I used to do a critique of people's profiles. And when I did that, these are the common things that I would find at issue, common opportunities. And so I want to help you make the most out of your profile, get over the hump, so to speak, for maybe many of you, or create a tweaking opportunity for probably most of you. But go to LinkedIn, BrianHorvath.com/LinkedIn-quick-start, and you can download that guide for free and get it today. So I really appreciate you doing that. Again, don't want to miss out on the opportunity for you to ask your LinkedIn questions. You can go to bit.ly/ask or LinkedIn Ask Brian, bit.ly/LinkedIn Ask Brian, where you'll be sent to this little Google Forms page. Allow me to capture your name, email, and also your question and the category of your question, so we can best serve you and get that answer to you. And of course, many other people will have the same question, so you'll be serving not only yourself with the question being asked and answered, but also being able to get others the helpful information they need to succeed with LinkedIn. So you can do that at bit.ly/LinkedIn Ask Brian. Again, that will take you to this Google form where you can get your question answered. I want to find my window that allows me to see our comments. If you do have any comments or any questions, please feel free to drop them in either your LinkedIn comments, your YouTube comments. If you're watching this on Twitter or my Facebook page, you can tweet, comment, like, subscribe, all that good stuff to these channels or through these channels. And I also want to leave you the reminder that every single Wednesday at noon, it is my goal, God willing, that we do these shows, LinkedIn Live Q&A, every Wednesday at noon, 9 a.m. Pacific. And we will be available on all these channels, YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, where we can get you this content and serve you with this content, add value to you in your career journey, your life journey, helping you know, live, and love the purpose for your career. And of course, your finances too, because when you work and you serve multiple people, as we talked about in past Go-giver laws. When you add value, add value, add value, money will find you. It's one of the tools, one of the resources we get as a benefit serving well a lot of people. And I would ask you to do me a favor. If it adds value to you, subscribe to for free to my YouTube channel right there, brianhorvath.com/YouTube. And you can get updated when I go live, whether it's about career, whether it's about finances, whether it's about knowing, living, and loving your life purpose, whatever the case may be, it will let you know that. And when I post new videos, I do a couple of new videos a week. One's a 2-minute LinkedIn hot tip, and the other is are these LinkedIn live Q&A shows that are replayed for you on YouTube. So go ahead and subscribe at brianhorvath.com/YouTube. I think I'm at 269 subscribers, which is cool. It's just fun. It's fun to have some influence and effect and encouragement to others who are seeking to be their best. So how to be a go-giver on LinkedIn. How to be a go-giver on LinkedIn. That's been our topic for the past 5 weeks. We'll do a little review here in a second. But I wanted to encourage you to stay on with me because we're going to talk about how you can be authentic with your profile. How you can be authentic in life, leveraging this law of authenticity. I'm going to share with you from the book The Go-Giver by David Mann and Bob Berg. John David Mann, and Bob Berg. And number 4 is the law of authenticity. So let me take a little drink here. Thank you. I want to encourage you again to ask your questions. No question is a bad question. And I really want to invite you to get after your needs. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to serve you and add value to you. So go ahead and let me know your question by going to those options in your comments that you have there. And even if you're watching this in the future on a replay, you can still ask those questions and I'll respond personally. So get those questions asked, just a reminder. Little backstory of this book I've shared the past couple weeks, How to Be a Go-Giver, is my men's group and I'm in a Bible study / mastermind every Wednesday morning at 7 a.m. We had our meeting this morning and we talked about this very law, the law of authenticity. And we decided one day to go not only into the Bible, but go into a business book that will help us grow our businesses, grow our profits, increase our influence, and add value to the marketplace and our community. So we decided to check out this book, The Go-Giver. It's a book I read in the past, I think. I definitely read The Go-Getter by Peter Kine, but this is The Go-Giver by Bob Berg and John David Mann. And you can see right there, if you can read in your screen, it's a little story about a powerful business idea. A little story about a powerful business idea. And this is a national bestseller. It's an easy read. As a matter of fact, I have my copy right here in front of me. And you can see how thin the book is. And by the way, if you're a guy like me and you don't love to read as much maybe, or you like audiobooks instead, look at the white space and look at the font size. So you can read it in an afternoon for sure, maybe over a couple cups of coffee. And I really encourage you to get it. You can get it at, of course, your local library. But I would encourage you to get it ASAP through Amazon or barnesandnoble.com. The Go-Giver book, you can get it really quickly and inexpensively. It's a paperback. I think it actually may be a little hardcover, but I think they have a paperback as well. So, how to be a go-giver with LinkedIn. Let's do a little review. And again, just checking for questions. If you have questions or comments, go ahead and give me a thumbs up, a like, whatever it is. Help more people see this content as well. If you know the social media game, the social media platforms love to be engaged with and love to have you engage with my stuff here. The law of value is here right in front of you. Your true worth, our true worth, is determined by how much more we give than we take. How much more we give in value than we take in payment. So seeking to serve the marketplace, and I talk a lot about adding value to the marketplace, seeking to serve those who need most with what you do best. And I learned that from my friend and a mentor of mine, Brian Ray. The second law of how to be a go-giver, and we're going to get into LinkedIn here in a minute, how you can be a go-giver with LinkedIn, is the law of compensation. Your income, our income, is determined by how many people we serve and how well we serve them. I just talked about that a little bit ago. But that's really huge and important and add value to your life. These little nuggets, these little laws that are easy to understand. Of course, in anything, it's much harder to take action, but are an overall mindset, philosophy, way of life, pep in your step, and, walking what you're talking kind of thing. If you embrace these, internalize these, over time. That's why I love this parable, this story, the go-giver, which is that's how this is formed, is a story, a parable to bring about business principles. Then the law of compensation, the law of value will surely bless you. But take a look at this one too, the law of influence. And this is one of my favorite. If you're in sales at any level, which by the way, we're all in sales because we're all influencing, your influence is determined by how you abundantly or how abundantly you place other people's interests above your own. Guys, gals, this is hard, right? We're always thinking about ourselves. We're programmed that way. And sometimes it's just even our nature is to be protective, right? To be like an animal in the wild almost, like to be resourceful. And if someone puts us in a corner, we're gonna claw our way out. But that would be thinking about ourselves first a lot of times. Now, there is some scripture, if you're a person of faith as I am, in the Bible, it talks about if you don't first take care of your own household, then you're worse than an unbeliever. In this case, I would say, yeah, we have to take care of ourselves first in a way that allows us to be able to take care of others, right? To not be walked on or stepped on or to be, manipulated or controlled. No, we have to have a voice, right? We have to be on our guard. But I think more often than not, walking out a go-giver life includes a law of value, adding more value than what you receive in payment. Number two is is definitely being a person that is going to, let's see, I almost forgot it, guys. Just my mind just went blank for a second. Let's go back. The law of compensation. Your income is determined by how many people you serve and how well you serve them. And then, of course, the third one here is the law of influence, that your influence is determined by how much or how more abundantly you put other people's interests first. So those are three laws that we can build on to get into LinkedIn and to get into law 4 for today, the law of authenticity. Which, by the way, let me just be authentic with you. I don't have this all memorized. I teach this stuff as a blessing to you, but man, I get to be blessed as well by learning as I go along. And so it's really fun. But, I could see many of you, especially if you're watching this law and you haven't seen the other ones yet. I've talked about what does this all have to do with LinkedIn, right? What in the world? How will this help me maximize LinkedIn or make the right connections on LinkedIn? Well, I want to help you unlock your mind to a new mindset, a new paradigm shift, a new way of doing LinkedIn, a new attitude, right? And think about that old Run DMC song and Aerosmith combination of "Walk This Way," right? I want to help you walk this way in an upright manner with a new attitude, with changing your thoughts about how not only you look towards business or to your family or to your friendships or your community, but also, of course, to the marketplace. And changing your thoughts about what you're there to do. Sure, the marketplace all has an opportunity for us to make money from or to serve with, but changing our thoughts into being a go-giver instead of just a go-getter, or being a go-getter and a go-giver, somewhere shape thereof. But our thoughts then lead into actions. Our actions can become habits, or they do become habits. The same actions then over time all of a sudden becomes habitual, right? Pros and cons to this. And then our habits form and shape what people see about us, how we know ourselves, what we think about ourselves, our self-value, our self-worth, our self-esteem, if you will. Our habits become our identity, how we're known, what's our personal brand. And as we leave this world, we can take nothing with us, but we can leave a lot behind, especially our legacy. So let's take that down to LinkedIn here in a second. But before we do that, let me just help you remember that this is something you need to internalize first in your mind, something you need to think about how you can live it out day by day, and you have to be willing to just get started. So continue to walk with me. I invite you to join me and enjoy this journey as we look at law number 4, the law of authenticity. So how to be a go-giver, law number 4, the law of authenticity. The law number 4, we're going to get to in a second, but you may have heard that saying is, man, do you, man, be you. You got to take care of you, right? Look out for number 1, all that kind of stuff. And that is really is the complete opposite, or in many respects, a lot different than what we're talking about here. Being you and doing you is being authentic. But I want you to be thoughtful and mindful of others that are affected by you being you and you doing you, right? Once you have a different heart and a different mindset, if we take on the law of value, if we take on the law of compensation, if we embrace, the law of, oh my gosh, why do I keep forgetting this darn third law? Let me look here. Instead of me going back on my slides, I'm going to go to my book. Of course, that's why I have it in front of me, right? But I keep forgetting about one law, the law of influence. Hello, the one we just talked about. So the law of value, the law of compensation, the law of influence, we take all these and we put them together. We have to think about how they affect others. We have to think about how we're adding value, what we're being known about or known for in the marketplace. And maybe we need to take a step in a different direction or do an about face and change. Well, let's do it with these laws. I'm here to help you do just that. So love to hear from you in the comments. Love to hear from you or your questions in the comments and whatnot. And appreciate you being here today. So let's look at law number 4. Law number 4, the law of authenticity. And for a lot of people, this can be the most difficult. But the most valuable gift we all have, is the ability to offer ourselves, to offer all that we are, to offer how we're made, how we're wired, what we're called to do, what we're purposed to do. And it's why I teach about knowing, living, and loving your purpose, so you can add value, so you can be compensated, so you can be influential, and so you can be your authentic self. Let's look at that one more time. The most valuable gift you have to offer is yourself. And when you care about others, when you're showing true, genuine encouragement and love for others, man, look out, marketplace, because here you come. And some of the things I was reading about, just some of the nuggets I highlighted in the book here, is that it's always going to be up to us. We always have the opportunity to choose. We always have the opportunity to be of service to others and to have value with others. And sometimes it's by the way we speak. Sometimes it's by the way we hold our tongue. Easier said than done, right, friends? But the law of authenticity encourages all of us to be us. The most valuable gift we have to offer is ourselves. No matter the industry, no matter the job that you're in now, the job you want to be in, this is the most valuable thing we have to offer. So I want to help you today to lean into that. How do we do that? How do we maximize this? I want you to be conscientious. I want you to be conscientious of what you have to add value to. I want you to know yourself. There's an old book I remember, The Acorn Principle by a guy named Jim Cathcart. It says to know yourself is to grow yourself. Or maybe I got it reversed. But anyway, to grow yourself, you got to know yourself. And so I want you to be conscientious of your personality type, for example. Have you ever taken a DISC profile? Dave Ramsey has a great DISC profile output. Now, the DISC profile is not Dave Ramsey's. The DISC methodology is not Dave's or others who use it to help people get along in their life. But I believe it's a most powerful tool, or it's a powerful tool to help you know, live, and love your purpose. It helps you to be conscientious, to know yourself, to know the best you can be and how you can interact with others, because we don't want to overstep our bounds. We want to be conscientious of who's around us as well as who we are ourselves. All right, so just consider that. The second part here is I want you to know about this overthinking, this analysis by paralysis, or it used to be, I think, decision constipation, said in a much more crude way, I guess. But you want to avoid overthinking about being yourself. Just be yourself. Yes, be you, do you, but do it in a way that's respectful. I believe it's being a person of faith, a way that honors God and helps people to get to their next step, adding value. Being a giver, being generous, right? Not just saying what you want to say because it deserves to be heard and it needs to be heard. So don't overthink who you are or how you are, but definitely think about how you can go about your day, going about your business, going about your interactions with people, colleagues, people you love, colleagues, employers, employees, team members, and people at church. So, be you. Don't be afraid. Avoid overthinking and avoid people pleasing. Right? Avoid people pleasing. Be you, do it respectfully, be a go-giver, but you don't have to apologize for how you're made, right? But we all should be growing in our self-leadership, and of course that flows into the leadership of others. Leverage lamp lighting activities. What I mean by that is by being around investing your time and energy and resources into things that will build you up and lift you up, not tear you down. Right? I know one of the biggest challenges I have is looking at the news channels. Right? Is that helping me light my lamp, or is that putting me in a pit? So I just want to encourage you, what things are you doing to increase your value, to increase your ability or availability to more compensation, to increase your ability to be more influential and to be a go-giver? Increase opportunities for you to have your lamp lit, your fire lit, your eyes lit up, you're passionate, you're blazing a trail and bring others along with you. So think about that when it comes to the content you're reading, the things you're listening to, the people you hang out with. Are they lighting your lamp? And that kind of segues into number 4, is engaging in thriving communities. Online, offline, in person, whatever the case may be involved in the communities that, again, will build you up, lift you up, and gives you the opportunity to do the same for those around you. Being a part of complaint sessions or gossip sessions at the water cooler at work or other things will only bring you down over time. I'm not talking about venting. I'm talking about being a part of a place that won't accept anything less than your best and will do it in a loving and challenging way. Okay? So engage in thriving communities. That's how you continue to leverage the genuineness of who you are and the law of authenticity so you can get on with being a go-giver in your career. And of course, forgive yourself, friends. Look at me here real quick. You got to forgive yourself. It's easier to forgive yourself, or it's easier to forgive others when you forgive yourself. No one is perfect, especially not you, especially not me. But you've made mistakes. But learn how to apologize for them, patch them up, and move on to a new course. Forgiving yourself will help you be a go-giver. It will help you be the authentic you you're made to be. And it doesn't mean you won't make more mistakes, but whatever mistakes you have made in the past, when appropriate and how appropriate, clean them up. So you can go on living an authentic lifestyle, not letting, shame or guilt or condemnation or fear or worry or any of those things of mistakes made in the past hold you back from where you're supposed to go today. Cool? Good. Got it? Great. Let's move ahead. What the heck, Brian, does this have to do with LinkedIn? How can I leverage LinkedIn to live an authentic life, to be authentic in my communication, my correspondence, my profile, and so on and so forth? And this is really where I want to point you to the 7-step guide. Your LinkedIn profile quick start guide will help you to be able to do this quickly. But I want you to avoid fear. Avoid fear of being known, right? What I mean is be you. Be authentic. Share a little bit more maybe than you're used to. Be active a little bit more than you're used to. Yeah, there's a lot of garbage out there. Yeah, there's a lot of distractions. But I think LinkedIn in our businesses can really help us be influential. There have been many people that go, Brian, I don't subscribe to your newsletter. I don't know you from Adam, but what you shared on LinkedIn really encouraged me. Can we connect? Or can I even hire you to help me in my journey? Oh my gosh, guys, I didn't know them from Adam. I might even be directly connected with them on LinkedIn, but somehow they saw my encouraging, purposeful content that allowed them to be able to take a step in changing their life, to be a go-giver, to be influential, to be authentic. And that is powerful and exciting for me and for them. Genuinely share. Put posts out there or put comments out there, content out there as appropriate, when appropriate. Put content in your profile that's genuine, that shares your ups and your downs and your all-arounds, your fears, your failures, your worries, your successes. Because people need to see that. No one is perfect. You have failed, my friend. I have failed. We all have failed. But what we do with that failure and that learning experiences will make the difference. So communicate that genuinely. Share your ups, your downs, and your all-arounds where and when appropriate. And be a fearless sharer, a fearless leader, being authentic. Increase your patience level. You have to, sometimes when we're impatient, when we want something now or yesterday, can cause us to be inauthentic, can cause us to be a little bit more aggressive or maybe more timid, whatever the case may be. Especially I'm talking about when you're trying to build rapport and relationships with people online, especially if you're in a sales organization or your business relies on you finding people to connect with. that will help you do business, or you'll do business with, or they'll do business with you, can cause us to really get off our game and be more pushy, to be more kind of maybe angry or irate or whatever the case may be. Slow your roll. Hold the horses, my friends. And it's tough because I'm a driver and an interactive person. I'm pretty outgoing, and I'm really outgoing, and I'm really impatient. But those things have also fueled me and driven me to take steps in business and in life that I wouldn't have taken prior. So leverage those for the good that they are, but be conscientious, like we shared earlier, about how you're building or trying to build relationships on LinkedIn. Please do not connect with me, or please, my friend, do not connect with others and then lead them into a 5-day sales pitch. That may be appropriate for certain roles or certain interactions, but it definitely should not be just your status quo norm, and that's just lame. Don't do it. You can set yourself apart in a big way, adding value, okay? Finding the law of compensation to work to your advantage, being influential, right? And definitely being someone that's authentic. When you just be you and do you in a timing and a nice cadence. And for the next one, this goes to it as well, is write and communicate how you would speak. Please don't write your profile in third person or have someone write it for you in third person. Make it first person. Make it interactive where it's you writing it and you talking about you as you would speak to someone that's right there in front of you. It can be a challenge. Get a friend to help you. Get a mentor to help you. Get someone to look it over for you. A coach like me to look it over for you to help you make the most out of that content. But be inviting, be engaging, be authentic. That will really bless you and help you in an amazing way. So write how you would speak is another way to go on LinkedIn. So those are 4. And matter of fact, let me get the right slide here. So I just want to review with you one more time, my friends. The law of authenticity, law number 4, is right here in front of you. The most valuable gift you have to offer is yourself. So have fun doing it. Now, I love to hear from you. I love you to be accountable. Let me know how you're using these things. Let me know how these laws are working for you or not. Maybe you're afraid. Maybe you're just listening for the first time. Whatever the case may be, let me know how you are using these to serve people in a new way. Email me at brian@brianhorvath.com. I'd love to hear from you and help you if I can as well, if you have any questions or comments or just want to do a quick check-in. And again, reminding you to check out your LinkedIn profile quick start guide. You can get it for free at brianhorvath.com/LinkedIn-quick-start. And love to have you pick that up and love your feedback on that as well. I don't see any Q&A in the box, so we'll skip that. But if you have any, feel free. If you're watching this in the future as well, meaning on a replay, drop in your question, drop in your comment. Encourage you to get the book, The Go-Giver, at Barnes & Noble or Amazon. And next week, I'll see you for the law number 5. It's our final one, law number 5 in this series. I really appreciate you, friends, being here with me. If you have any questions throughout the week, you can ask them at bit.ly/LinkedIn Ask Brian. I'd love to be able to get an answer to you. I'd send it to you an email before I even share it on the show, but we would also love to have a question come in that could benefit others that are watching. It'll be sent right to this Google form page. In the meantime, wishing you the best. We'll see you next week for law number 5. Go get 'em, my friends. Being a go-giver. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Appreciate you.